Okay, let's dive straight into Leviticus chapter 1 today.
Right. We're looking really closely at the instructions for the burnt offering here.
Exactly. Our sort of mission is to pull out the key steps, the procedures mentioned in this ancient text.
And understand what they might tell us. It starts pretty clearly. An offering to the Lord, it should be an animal.
From the herd or the flock, or even a bird, which we'll get to.
Yeah, and the main point seems to be making it acceptable to the Lord.
And for animals, specifically, it mentions atonement being accepted for the person offering it.
It's fascinating how specific it gets right from the start with the herd offering.
So if you're bringing something from the herd, say a bull,
It has to be a male. And, crucially, without defect, no blemishes.
okay, perfect animal. And where does this happen?
You present it right at the entrance to the tent of meeting, that central holy place.
And then there's this gesture. The offerer puts their hand on the animal's head.
Yes, that seems really significant. Like an identification, maybe? The animal represents the person.
Right. And then the offerer slaughters the animal, it says, before the Lord.
Then the priests, Aaron's sons, they step in. Their job is the blood.
Ah, okay. What do they do with it?
They take the blood and sprinkle it, specifically against the altar on all sides.
Against the altar itself. Got it. What happens to the rest of the animal?
Well, the offerer skins it first, then cuts it into pieces.
So the offerer is still involved at this stage.
Seems like it. Then the priests get the altar ready, wood, fire, the basic.
And they arrange the pieces on the fire.
Exactly. All the pieces. It mentions the head and the fat specifically laid on the burning wood.
But hang on, there's a washing step too, isn't there?
Oh yeah, good point. The inner parts and the legs get washed with water first.
Before burning. Okay.
Then the priest burns. Well, all of it on the altar. Total consumption.
And the text describes the result.
It does. It calls it a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, an aroma pleasing to the Lord. That phrase comes up repeatedly.
Pleasing aroma.
Yeah.
Interesting. So total burning is key, nothing held back.
Precisely. Now, what if you couldn't afford, say, a bull?
Right, the text covers that too. Offerings from the flock.
Yeah, sheep or goats. Similar rules apply here.
Yeah.
It still has to be a male without defect.
Okay, consistency there. Any differences in the procedure?
One small spatial detail, it's slaughtered on the north side of the altar.
The north side, not just the entrance. Huh. Any idea why?
The text doesn't explicitly say why north. It's very focused on the how.
Fair enough. And the blood.
Same as before. Priests sprinkle it against the altar on all sides.
Okay. Then cutting, arranging on the wood, head, fat.
All included. And again, washing the inner parts and legs with water beforehand.
And the final step.
The priest burns all of it on the altar. And again, described the same way.
A burnt offering, made by fire, aroma pleasing to the Lord.
Okay, so you see the pattern. But then there's the third category.
Birds, doves, or young pigeons. For those maybe with fewer resources.
Likely. And here the priest's role seems even more central right from the beginning. The priest brings the bird to the altar. And the handling is quite different.
What do they do?
The priest wrings off its head and burns the head on the altar.
Wow, okay, that's specific. And the blood.
Drained out on the side of the altar.
And then there's something about the crop.
Yeah, the crop, its little food pouch is removed with its contents, and it's actually discarded.
Thrown away, where?
To the east side of the altar, where the ashes are kept. So not everything is burned in this case.
Interesting distinction. What about the rest of the bird?
It says the priest tears it open by the wings, but get this, doesn't sever it completely.
Doesn't pull it fully apart. Why not, I wonder?
Again, the text focuses on the action. Maybe maintaining some wholeness even in the sacrifice. Hard to say for sure.
And then this partially torn bird.
Is burned by the priest on the wood, on the fire.
And the outcome description, let me guess.
You got it. A burnt offering, made by fire, an aroma pleasing to the Lord, even for the bird.
So despite the differences, size, procedure, discarding parts, the end description is the same.
Exactly. It really highlights the importance placed on following the correct steps for each type of offering in that context.
It wasn't just about bringing something, but bringing it in the right way. Precision was key.
Absolutely. And the variations perhaps suggest an attempt to make this ritual accessible, but the required precision remained regardless of the offering's value.
So just to recap, we've walked through the burnt offerings in Leviticus 1, from the herd, the flock, and birds.
Yeah, each with its own detailed choreography, you could almost say.
but all culminating in that total consumption by fire on the altar.
And that description, a pleasing aroma to the Lord.
Which leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? Consider this level of meticulous detail, the physical actions, the specific roles, all described thousands of years ago.
Right. What does it actually mean, in their understanding, for a physical act of burning to create a pleasing aroma for the divine? What's that connection between ritual precision and divine acceptance?
Something to really think about. What did that tangible process signify about devotion back then?